welcome back to Try It Tuesday. This week we'll be making these velvet pumpkins just in time for fall decorating. So if you're able to stop by the library on Tuesday at 4 p.m. you can pick up a kit that will provide you with all the supplies necessary to make your own velvet pumpkin. So let's go over what you'll find in your kit. All right, these are the supplies here. You'll get a piece of velvet. I'm super excited about using this velvet. It was donated to the library a few months, maybe a year ago. I'm not even sure, quite a while ago. So we're getting to use it now. You'll find a cord. You'll find a wine cork, as well as a sewing needle. Please be careful, the needle is sharp. You'll find some stuffing. You'll find a book page leaf where if you joined us last week, you know where these came from. We made these last week. You'll find some thread, a little cylinder, and a paper template with a circle drawn on it. And what you'll need to supply at home, or over here, you'll need a pair of scissors. You need a marker of some sort and some glue. I favor hot glue for this craft, but you can use Elmer's glue. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to do is get your template here. Let me scoot this over to the side. And as you can see, there's a circle drawn on it here. You're going to go ahead and cut that out. And in order to save time, bam, I've cut it out already. So you're going to have your paper template. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to get your piece of fabric. So what I usually do is I flip it over and put my template on the back, get your marker, and then you trace all the way around. And again, to save time, we went ahead and did that. So if you see that here, you can see my circle drawn on. So now we're actually going to start cutting. And I wanted to demo the cutting because I wanted to remind you to cut maybe about 1/4 of an inch outside of your drawn circle, just to give you a little extra wiggle room with your velvet pumpkin. So as you can see, I'm cutting just maybe about 1/4 inch outside of the drawn circle. There we go, we're almost around. And every kit is going to have a different color, well, a few different colors of fabric. So you may get a purple, you may get a red, you may get a gold. We tried to stick to fall colors. I have the purple here. Here we go. So there you got your circle there. The next thing you're going to do is get your thread, which seemed to have moved. We're going to pause here while I find my thread. Found it. It had fallen to the ground, so I'm glad we paused there. So you're going to get your piece of thread and your needle. I put it in there really securely so that it wouldn't fall out. And you're just going to thread your needle. This is the part where I normally have to ask one of my kids to do it. Hey, I did it on the first try. Okay, you're going to thread your needle, and I just slide it all the way back down, match up the ends, so I have it double thick. And then you're going to just tie a simple knot, like you would tie a balloon, wrap it around. I usually do 2 times through. That's it, super easy. Even if you do it 1 time through, it's fine. You slide your knot there. And then we're going to do what's called a running stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very easy. So you're going to start here. I'm still on the wrong side of the fabric. Okay, the side that's going to be inside the pumpkin. I'm just going to go down through the fabric, kind of close to the edge, maybe between my line and the outside of the circle. Oops, can you see that? Okay, so I'm just going to go down, and then I'm going to come right back up. And I'm doing this really close together because this is where I want to secure my knot. So let me pull this all the way through. Before I get to the end, I'm going to open up the thread, and I'm going to put my needle right through that So I'm establishing a nice secure knot where my the knot that I made will not slip through while I'm sewing. Okay, so that's the only time you're going to do that. From this point on, it's going to be so fast. This is why they call it a running stitch, because you're running really quickly. I'm going to go down and then over maybe half an inch and up. Can you see that? Hopefully the camera's focusing. And I'm just going to go down and up again. I'm going to pull my thread through and you can start to see my stitch. I should have used a different color thread so you could see this better. Hopefully it's showing up. So I'm going to go over about a half an inch, down and up, down and up. And I'm pulling it. See how fast I am? I'm almost a quarter of the way around already. Just that fast. So it's going to start to bunch up, and that's good because that's what we want to have happen, because we're going to pull it all together to make our pumpkin. But we're just down and up all the way around. You can keep doing, you don't even have to just do 2, you can do as many as you like, and then pull it through. And then you can see it starting to gather. Okay. Whoops. And again, one of my favorite things about the crafts is you don't have to be precise. What we're doing is we're gathering all the fabric up around the top like that. See how it bunches up? Okay. So I think I'm almost to the 3/4 mark here. Okay. Okay, perfect. So now I have gotten almost to the starting point. So I'm just going to keep going all the way till I get there. I'm going to keep stitching. And as you can see, it's gathered. It's making like a little pocket, like a little, yeah, a little pocket. So I'm going to go all the way till I get to the starting point. And I want to make sure that my thread ends on the inside, the wrong side of the fabric, not on the outside. It's just easier to hide the knot that way. So I'm going to pull it slightly open. I know it's closed up some here. So you can slide your fabric along the thread and you can open it up a bit. So before I tie it and seal it off, I have to stuff my pumpkin. So we're using these cylinders, which I'm super excited about because we're upcycling them from a library project. We did not order these on Amazon. This was leftovers from a project. Okay, so then you're going to put that in the center, and then you're going to get your stuffing, and you're just going to kind of smooth it out so it's long, and you're going to put it around the cylinder on the inside of the velvet to create that cushion. Tried to give you as much as I thought you needed for the project. If you should find that you need a little bit more and you don't have stuffing at home, you can put cotton balls or other pieces of little fabric. That will work as well. Cotton balls work really well for stuffing things like this. But you put your stuffing in there, and then when you're happy with it, you're going to cut off the needle, cut off the thread here and remove the needle so you don't poke yourself. And then you're going to pull on the thread, the long loose piece of thread that had the needle on it, and you're going to tighten it. See, your pumpkin's forming already. And you're going to have a little hole here in the middle. You don't want it all the way closed. You want to have a little bit of space in there because that's where you're going to put your stem. Okay, so you're going to kind of guesstimate where you want it, and then you're going to tie this in a knot here. Actually, I'd probably do 2 or 3 knots just to make sure it is secure. Okay. Here we go. And then I'm going to cut off my excess thread, or you can actually just even tuck it in inside your pumpkin. And I'm going to kind of squish it around and make the shape perfect. Now we're going to go over on this end here by the glue gun. And I'm going to just decide which side I want sticking out. I like this side with a little bit of stain from the wine. I'm going to have that sticking out. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around the edge of the cork and make sure it gets in there. There we go. So this next step is optional, but I think it's really cute. I like to put this cord around so you don't see where it's joined, the cork and the velvet. I add this little cord. So you just want to hit it with a tiny bit of hot glue here. Always use your pen so you don't burn your fingers. It took me years to learn that technique. And you can just place a little bit of glue here and there to help hold it in its place. And you can go up or down or however you want to. Everyone is going to be a little bit different. Add a little bit more glue and we're almost done. And actually, if you don't want to use the whole thing, you can just cut off the excess. I think that's enough for me. So I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to hold that down for just a second. And I'm going to cut off the excess cord there. And then I'm going to get my paper leaf here. And you can glue it in or you can just tuck it in wherever you'd like. Actually, I think this one I might glue. So I think I'm going to hit a little bit of glue here and place it on the front of my pumpkin. And I got a lot of these little webbies from the hot glue gun. If you another little trick, if you take a hot hair dryer and just dry it for a second, it makes all those little hot glue gun web little things disappear. All right, and there you go. Here is your velvet pumpkin. I hope you enjoyed making this with us today. I hope you stop by the library and pick up a kit so you can do one. And thanks for joining us. Hope to see you next week. Bye.